Welcome back everyone. Today we're taking on the Team Rocket hideout. They're up to no good as usual, trying to make their way back, but we're going to stop them. Or more accurately, we're going to come to a stop as a goon comes out of nowhere. If you walk past those statues, 2 goons will appear to battle you. They have the same Pokemon each time. Mersey is going to take care of them very easily. The levels are almost insultingly low, given what we had to battle to actually get here. I mean, Red Gyarados, level 30. These guys, 17 to 20 basically. It's pretty pathetic. It's probably the biggest weakness of the Johto games, the really, really poor level curve. Like, these are the sort of Pokemon I should be battling before I'm fighting Whitney, or shortly after, but before Morty. I should be battling Pokemon that are mid-20s in level. Yes, there is another guy who turns up. Admittedly, they're not much chop, basically the same Pokemon as they had in the previous game, just less powerful. They're more like annoyances than anything else. So we will just take care of them and then move on, and I will show you how to get past everything. I really do miss the old Team Rocket, and I honestly think they should have a greater variation in their team. Sort of actually show they've been stealing Pokemon from people and have really diverse teams. Don't think they've ever quite done that with any villainous team. Some of them do have variety, but when you're facing grunts that just have Rattatas and Zubats with the occasional Drowsy and Coughing and Grimer and that, it's a bit pathetic. It's a lot pathetic, actually. So there we are. That is it for the battles with these 2 guys. And he will explain about the surveillance cameras. So let's go and find that switch. There is another statue there. Is there a hidden item here? No, there's not. But see those lines in the floor over there? A very clever trap floor is set up. You will run into various Pokemon which know self-destruct. Be very careful. If you come through this way, avoiding the cameras, you can battle this scientist, and then you will be able to switch off the cameras. And it really doesn't help if they tell me about the traps. Maybe they're just being chivalrous, I don't know. Anyway, a much less powerful Magnemite than we encountered. Another easy takedown. It's mostly going to be very easy takedowns from here on. I'll just keep going with Mersey for now. I'll get her up to level 31, then switch out. Just cruising along, riding the waves, devastating every opponent in our path. And one more. There we are. We can now get through and switch off the cameras. Decent amount of money from him too, so... Yes, we've just randomly pressed a switch and that will disable the cameras. We can move on safely. Generally not wise to just randomly press buttons, but fortunately, this is completely fine and we've run out of space in the backpack. Excuse me for a moment, I'm just going to have to fix that up. Okay, we have retrieved the Hyper Potion. My backpack has more space in it. The addition of new pockets was a good idea, but it's still a bit problematic managing your inventory at times. Ah, there we go, that's really good. Could always use a bit of money. That teleporter will take you back to the start and avoid the long slog. You do have to run into a certain amount of Pokemon crossing this trap floor, so let's just do a quick demonstration of this. You run straight into a battle, and these Pokemon are likely to explode on you. Fairly decent level though, so if you have a Ghost type, you can get a lot of experience. There is a way to navigate it in the remakes without actually running into any Pokemon. However, in this generation, you will run into at least 4 Pokemon. So, head here and talk to Lance.
Are you alright? Your Pokemon are hurt and tired. Here, give them some of my medicine. Wedge, let's give it our best for Pokemon.
And off he goes. We should get moving too and just crash straight into another grunt. Why didn't Lance take care of him? I suppose you see a guy walking past with a team like his, you're not going to want to battle him. Presumably he's picking on me because he thinks I'm weak. Mersey will dissuade him of that notion. No chance for them, really. Just taken down from the word go. Honestly, they really should be having fully evolved Pokemon if you're around the 7th gym. It's just disappointing, really. I wouldn't mind fixing the level curve. I would like to see another remake that did fix the level curve and one that actually made the Johto Pokemon a bit more accessible. I still believe if they did that and kept everything Heart Gold and Soul Silver did, you'd have close to the perfect Pokemon game. But it's just daydreaming, really. So we can move on through here and we find out that there has to be a password for the door. Finally, we battle an evolved Pokemon. One against which I have a grudge. That is very satisfying. Decent amount of experience too. Oh hello, what do you have to say?
It takes 2 passwords to get into the boss's quarters. Those passwords are known only to a few rockets. That rocket there, very graciously, told me so. Wedge, let's go get the passwords.
For once he's actually battled someone. And yeah, he kinda steamrolls anyone he faces. It's kind of odd that scientists generally get associated with villainous teams. I suppose they do need researchers for some of their schemes, especially a plan like this one with their radio signals. But they're almost exclusively bad guys. And wow, he actually has a really high level Pokemon. That's a bit better. It's not great, but it's definitely an improvement. I suppose the Magnemites that scientist had were an improvement. These grunts must just be the worst of the worst. And another coughing. Same level and everything. A little more of this would have been alright. On Route 38 and 39. But Mersey is level 31. Time to switch out. Your tactical error was battling me, honestly. Okay. We'll switch Ruby to the fore. And battle this grunt, the first female grunt we encounter. In here, anyway. I just derped and completely forgot you do actually face one in the Slowpoke well. I'll probably have to yell at myself in editing for that one. And magnitude. Decent magnitude. And Gloom, actually a decent Pokemon. Still low level though. Rock Throw should take care of this. We're at a high enough level, it shouldn't matter. Really now? That's really disappointing. It's honestly very disappointing. Oh well. Well, we're gonna get a password from her anyway, so that's a bit of an improvement. And she's just blabbed. You know, they really could just shut up. Can't go around that way. They could just let us know one password, then not say anything and we'd be stuck. They have a strange sense of chivalry, really. Okay, Protein, I'm gonna give that to Ruby, I think. Or, no, Dash can probably benefit from it because Ruby's attack will be high enough. There we are, little boost to his attack. And we keep going. More scientists to battle. And yeah, this guy just comes across as the token jerk. Perfect depiction of the classic mad scientist type, with Ditto. Okay, Magnitude 8 is going to take care of that. This time, I'm not wrong. I really do hate it when I just wind up tempting fate. I still haven't learned. This is, what, the 11th episode after that Golbat, and you would think I'd have learned, but I haven't. And here's another flunky with basically a hillbilly laugh. And a sense of chivalry. And Raticate. Not having Rock Slide is a little annoying, but it's okay. Rollout, which is coming up soon, will be very useful. That one goes down with a critical hit. Probably would have taken it out anyway. And he is down. And there we are, we get 2 passwords. And we pick up a couple of balls awkwardly positioned. Another full heal is good, dire hit, not that helpful for us. Like Focus Energy, it too was bugged in Generation 1. Ice Heal can be useful if luck goes against you when it comes to the gym battle. Otherwise, you're not going to have to worry about much. Oh, there was a hidden item there. But you see those balls with faces around there? Those are Electrode. They will be important later on. Make your way along here. And battle another grunt. And absolutely nothing special. It is almost disheartening to see them reduced to this. They were incredibly successful in Red and Blue. They'd practically taken over the region. They ran roughshod over so many places. They controlled the game corner. Had all sorts of operations going. They could just waltz into the Pokemon Tower, kill Pokemon if they wanted to. Then they got beaten by, I think officially, it stated that the player character is 11 in Red and Blue. But either way, they got beaten by a preteen kid and everything went to hell. 2 Rattatas and a Zubat. This is like the gruntiest of the grunts. And with that unfortunate soul down, we can move on. Then why did you battle me? You know, they could just save a lot of problems with their crappy teams. They can just step aside. There's one more item to pick up here. This is the TM4 Thief. It will steal the held item of a Pokemon it hits. It can be very handy. So... Oh hey, it's you.
Didn't I tell you that I was going to destroy Team Rocket? Tell me, who is the guy in the cape who used Dragon Pokemon? My Pokemon were no match at all. I don't care that I lost. I can beat him by getting stronger Pokemon. It's what he said that bothers me. He told me that I don't love and trust my Pokemon enough. I'm furious that I lost to a bleeding heart like him. I don't have time for the likes of you.
Too bad for you that I'm where you need to be. So you've just walked away from the boss. Anyway, let's go in here. Open the very basic door, and we will wrap this up with the final battle for the episode. This admin was replaced by Petrel in the remakes. A master of disguise, though he does have a few flaws along the way. At one point he disguises himself as Giovanni, but the player is apparently able to pick him out very easily. Apparently Giovanni's mannerisms were quite well known. So this thing is basically just fodder for Ruby. Down it goes. Getting better. I think his team was changed in the remakes. I'll have to play through them again and double check. Or just pop the info up on the screen. Probably won't knock it out? No. Little more oomph, which we shall get when we evolve. Consistent at least. Down it goes. Okay, and since we are just about to wrap things up, this is going to be our spotlight Pokemon for today. Coughing and Wheezing make the list as some of my favourite Pokemon. Coughing is quite a likeable Pokemon, especially due to its appearances in the anime as James's signature Pokemon. And with that cheerful smile, it even manages to distract you from the fact it's full of poisonous gases. Wheezing is a bit grumpier, but it's still a great companion nonetheless. One of the things I like about these Pokemon is their incredible versatility. They actually have a bigger move pool than you'd expect, and some pretty good stats along the way. Their physical defense is very good, and their attack and special attack are quite close to each other, so they'll be able to put those moves to use no matter what you choose. It's much better for them in Generation 3 onwards when they gain Levitate, giving them only one weakness. While their lack of recovery does hinder their bulk a little bit, they're still going to be particularly useful Pokemon which can cripple the opponent with potent poisons. It really is worth trying out Coughing and Wheezing to find out just how much they can do. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. Theirs is one of the most iconic poison-type evolution lines, and to me, they're always going to be one of the best. Unfortunately for it, I can use magnitude on it. And magnitude 10, just to rub it in. I've noticed that for some reason the G sticks in my throat when I try and say magnitude. Anyway, he is down. Don't worry, I'm not going to tell Giovanni if you won't. I don't even know where he is. And off he runs. Then we can talk to this Murkrow. You have to chase Murkrow through the base to make it say the password at the door in the remakes. Well, there's not too much more to do. We'll wrap things up here. I will see you very shortly back near the generators. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next installment of our scenic tour through the Johto region as we take on some more crime busting.